Hi, in today's episode I'm going to talk about what is the biggest mistake what a man can make during dating. This is a great problem for most of us that when we met with a girl or woman we try to make a good impression, and sometimes we make that mistake. I made for years for sure that a good impression means that we are talking about our actions, our plans, our fantastic achievements, what prestige ladders we hiked already, and we are not asking enough questions. And that is two big mistake in one. That first, we are not showing enough interest, and I spoke to a very good friend of mine who is a psychologist, and she went to a date with a entrepreneur, and they were meeting for 3 hours, and she said that in 3 hours the guy told him everything, how great he is, how much money he have, what connections he have, what famous people he know, and he didn't ask a single sincere questions. Nothing. He didn't ask anything. He just wanted to make a good impression, and he didn't made it though. So that's one mistake. Not asking a question in a date is a red flag. It's a sure sign that you have strong narcissistic behavior or traits. So for a sensitive or intelligent woman, that's an immediate red flag. If he doesn't ask any question, that's a big no. So no question about it. But it's also not good for the man either, because the result is that you don't know anything about the other person, and it's not just that you're making a bad impression against your whole effort to become a interesting man, but you're missing out a very important point. Because if you don't ask questions, which is very hard to ask question, because you don't want to be rude, you don't want to make like a too intimate relationship in the moment, because for us men, asking deep or hard questions can be even more intimate than having some sexual relationship. So I'm afraid that we try to avoid anything which is scary, but also that's an issue that you are buying an impression. You try to sell yourself, you want to be a good product because you want to earn the price inside the legs. But for most of us, the dating is not about having another sexual relationship, but finding some kind of soulmate. And when you don't ask questions, you will know nothing about a woman. In the recent times, but I mean in the recent decade, I met with a lot of people, and sometimes I was not asking enough questions, and I had the impression that the other side is just understands me and agrees with me, and we feel good together, and I felt that this can go to somewhere. And the truth was that I didn't let the other half speak enough, react enough, and I didn't pause enough so she can start her topics or new topics at all. So I kind of leaded the conversation, and leading the emotions, and I was quite good in it, because I had some narcissistic motivation, and it's for me it's very hard to fight against it in real life. So I thought everything is okay. The other person is very nice. We have lots of common things, and I wanted another date or other meeting. And in the following times, and even in the recent years, I started to stop myself for talking too much, and started just listening and just slightly agreeing in things which I can agree, but don't lead the conversation. Also, I made a emotionally safe space for the other half, so that they can open up, because women are don't trust us, so they will show their best side, but they will not trust us easily. So I made a safe space, and it was not some evil purpose, but to really know the other person's feelings, or especially attitudes. And when you are going for a long format meeting, so you are not meeting for half an hour, 1 hour in a bar, but you are walking out in the forest and spending 4, 5, 6 hours together, maybe in the car another 4 hours. Very few people can pretend everything for 10 hours or for 5 hours. And it's very good to listen and to observe what's happening, how she reacts to traffic situations, how she reacts to someone's making a mistake, a waiter, or when you stand in a line or waiting for something, or some accidents happens, like some things which are not very pleasant, and how she reacts when she talks about her ex or her previous relationship. Is she accomplished? Is she sincere? Is she blaming everybody else or taking her responsibility? And we are not listening. We men don't listen to these things. We might have 1 year, 2 years, or even 5 years, in my case, not to discover the very basic traits for another woman, because they can hide because they are, especially in our age, they are desperate to find a father for their already born kids, or they want a father for in their life to have new kids. They want stability, they want protection, they want somebody to be next to them because they feel lonely and they cannot live well with loneliness. And these are the things which they can easily hide if you don't listen, because you want to be with someone because of love, because passion, because you have lots of things in common, but you don't want to be just next to someone because she needs you, but she will not provide you anything what you would expect, because you are not listening. You are thinking about your virtues, that how good you are showing your money, your positive things, and you are too shy to show what are your real needs, because it's usually not sex, it's not just intimacy, it's not just someone cleaning your house, but it's much deeper, because And this is the thing that sometimes we don't even know men, because we don't know ourselves well enough. So what I suggest is that when you meet with someone, listen and observe how they treat others, how they treat you, how do they talking about their responsibilities, how do they talk about their arguments, what caused the end of their previous relationship, are they blaming the other man for everything. Sometimes they can be right, because there are lots of psychopaths and narcissistic people around who causes lots of damage. So sometimes it's not a red flag that they traumatized, because currently the dating market works in a very funny way, especially with the online dating apps, that the top 10% of the man receives 80% of the woman's interest, and that means that these men are can get easily a new woman every month. They are not connecting deeply, and usually, even if they don't have, they will develop some narcissistic traits, because they can easily switch to another woman, and so they can cause lots of pain. And for most of the guys, it's very hard to meet someone, because we men, like if you are an average 6 man, you would date from everyone from 2 to 8 or 2 to 10. A woman who has like a rating of 6 would mate with a man from 8 to 10, and these are the men who are everyone wants to date. So these men don't engage with seriously with anyone, or very rarely. So they have bad experiences. So you should be aware of these things, but still I suggest that just listen more, ask more questions, consider how they are treating other people, their past, how they are talking about conflicts and responsibility, because these are the things which will count on the long term, and not the shiny side which everyone can show for a few minutes or few hours or few times. Even if they're depressed or bipolar or anything, if you catch them in a good mood, they will look all right. So take care, ask more questions.